I named them Ford. The library guardian, that is. In my attempts to upgrade my streaming setup, I somehow opened a rip in time and space. The portal landed me in the Forbidden Library. It's not as forbidden as the name suggests, but you're definitely not supposed to crash land there and damage some books. The library guardian was a booming voice with no body, and I came to with a collar around my neck. I was their prisoner. Bummer. Reading books didn't seem like a bad punishment. It was originally 1,000 books, but I had to open my damn mouth and it got up to 10,000 books. I'm not sure I can do that in this mortal lifetime. Even if I stretch the definition of book to in-game media, comics and manga. But I can't just give up. Besides, I enjoy reading. It'll be fun either way. I'm slowly getting used to it here in the library. It's eerily quiet at times, and I'm not allowed to have loud music. Apparently there are areas for being loud, but I don't know where they are. And honestly, I am scared to go exploring. It's just so big, and it never ends. I tried to find the toilet once, and well, I was running around like a madwoman by the time a tea fairy stumbled upon me and showed me the way. I call them tea fairies because they feed me and bring me tea. They're more like pixies, small with buzzing teardrop wings. The way they carry items is more that the items float in the air in their general proximity. Seems like some kind of telekinesis, which currently is only used to sort books and bring me snacks. The tea fairies are essentially my wardens, minions of Thought the Library Guardian. They seem to like having someone to look after, and love having a chat. The Library Guardian doesn't like it when they talk, though. They've spoken about guests of the library and its prisoners of the past. This is a wild and vast place I have landed in. I've only read about 20 books so far, in 6 months. This is going to be a long stay. Luckily, I've found some ways to get out of the library now and then. I negotiated with Thought the Library Guardian. I pay for it by helping cleaning the library, and in exchange I can get some time out of the library, at least to see my family and be there for events. I still have to wear the collar, which means I can get dragged back at any time, and the amount of work that it demands for the amount of time I get out isn't great, but it's worth it to see those I care about and still have some semblance of a life. I asked the tea fairies recently if there are any other prisoners right now, but they said I'm the only one, and the only one in the past 100 years. Anyone else I may meet in the library is a guest. I asked them how one becomes a guest of the library. It's not like I'd heard of this place before, so I wondered if had anyone else from my world ever been a guest. Apparently, a thirst for scripture can manifest a visitor's card. To clarify, when you are looking for that one book, one piece of writing, manga, anything, but you can't find it anywhere, maybe it's out of print or deleted from the internet, when you need to see it, when your heart and soul calls for it, then the library answers your call. At least, that's the most common way to find yourself in the Forbidden Library. You know, without breaking time and space. Few beings spend much time here. Fewer still learn how to come and go at will. It's been a whole year, huh? It's been crazy. You can't imagine this place. Every time I think I have it figured out, something else appears. There are auditoriums, deserts, forests, bookshelves that are trees, furniture and more, though I haven't really seen another person other than the tea fairies. I've asked them again if guests actually come here, and they said yes. It's just such a vast place that I was unlikely to ever see any. At this point, I'm not sure if I believe them. I want to, because the alternative is being the only person here. The only person who wasn't a caretaker in this place so vast that I can't even comprehend. I'm glad I have the internet, and that I can leave every so often to remember what places with a population look like, but when I'm stuck in here, and the echo of my footsteps down the halls is the loudest thing I hear in the day. It gets pretty tough. I don't really have much of a choice but to stick it out for now, but maybe I can ask the library guardian for a pet. Ugh. I met a guest at the library, and if they are like that, I never want to meet another one again. So it was Halloween, right? October. Spooky month. I wanted to wear something cool, and I found this old hat and cloak. The hat and cloak belonged to a witch named Nulark. She left it out for me to find so she could hijack my body and steal my audience for a while. Luckily, I was able to leave my audience with some breadcrumb clues and guide them to Nulark's name so they could banish her from my body. She hasn't bothered me since, but sometimes I still feel like someone's watching me. Nulark was scary. Not having control of my body was scary, and apparently she is one of those I was talking about, that can enter and leave the library at will. Thought the library guardian spoke to me afterwards and even apologised for not keeping a closer eye on Nulark. The witch, in her own world, has become something akin to the goddess of magic. However, the greatest feat she achieved on her own was summoning the door to the Forbidden Library. The rest of her power came from the books she found here. Knowledge is power, and Nulark has the whole Forbidden Library at her fingertips. Fort said it'll do its best to keep her away from me from now on. I really hope that's the last we've seen of her. I'm past 100 books now. Still trapped, still streaming, and still reading. And still going, thanks to your support. Thank you so much for helping me get this far. I wonder what amazing adventures we'll have in the future, and what strange things we may find in the library. Thank you for watching. This has been Bryony Rose Smith talking about the Forbidden Library. Goodbye!